Hey lovies, welcome or welcome back to my channel. Aries only, where I channel messages for Aries only. Today we're doing a twin flame reading. So the first thing we're going to do is get like a message, like a guidance message for the viewer. Just because I know these connections can be tough, and also because I shuffled a song for you and it was Tupac. Keep your head up, which it's like the chorus of that song is like, ooh, like things are gonna get easier, things will get brighter. So obviously maybe they're not the easiest or the brightest right now. Stands to reason. So let's get you a card. Let's just get one. Let's get a card. Okay. We have number 20, Sweet Soul Rising. Okay. So with this card, it almost looks like this person here on the card, it's like they have wings, but they're not using it. It's almost like the current of, is it like the water or the air is almost like pulling them. And I think that's what this card is about. It's about not fighting against the flow and not trying to make things happen and just going with the situation like right in front of you. And almost like, what was the song that I got? Oh, I told you already, Tupac. But also I was hearing the song, The Circle of Life. I don't know why. I was just like stuck in my head when I was shuffling the cards. That part that's like the Wheel of Fortune. Almost like things are going to happen that are like outside of your control, and best to just sort of make the best of the situation instead of fighting against it, kind of a thing. I think that's what this card is about, I believe. I know this deck pretty well. But all right, you may feel lost in your own thoughts and feelings. This is the sweetness of surrender into another world. It's time to dream, to wonder, not to be clear and sharp right at this precise moment. If you have a clear plan, let it become soft and feel your heart open to allowing whatever may be. We might believe that it is through tough action and dynamic assertiveness that we make our way through the world. Yet sometimes the sweetness of the soul rises, and instead we can flow gently with the currents. Yeah, exactly. That's what I was getting from that. Of the cosmic ocean, unsure of where we are headed, but safe in the truth that all waters naturally return to the ocean, where they are all wanting to go eventually anyway. You can use your own efforts to swim to your destination against the current at times, or you can float on the sweet love of your own soul as it enjoys the privilege of getting to know itself as one with the divine. This oracle brings you guidance now. Surrender and flow. This is not the time to assert your will and try to make things happen no matter how much you may want to or believe that you should. There is something bigger happening and everything is going to turn out perfectly according to a far larger plan. Yeah, that's like that Wheel of Fortune, Circle of Life, almost like things are already happening and set in motion that we can't control, obviously. So everything is going to turn out perfectly according to a far larger plan that includes your well-being too, beloved. Sometimes we have to let go of our expectations about how that bigger plan will be achieved and just let it happen, trusting that it will actually take place even without us striving to make it so. This is one of those times. So what I'm getting from this is that you're focusing maybe very heavily on your either like your twin flame connection, and even if you're not, maybe there was like an ending. I just saw the coffin card here. Even if you're not like focusing on that, you're like focusing on like trying to find like your purpose, or like, you know what I mean, like something like that. And you could be coming up with like blocks against that too. And I think Spirit's like, if that's the case, maybe like focus on something else. Like for instance, like you could be trying to like sort out your love life and your career in one day, and instead it's like focus on like the little things right in front of you. Like, how are you handling your finances on the day-to-day? How are you handling taking care of yourself? How are you taking care of your environment and your possessions and your life in general, your bills? Like, because think about it, like, I don't know, I'm getting like this money thing too. Like, say you feel like you have a purpose, but you don't know how, like what it is, but maybe it'll end up being something where it's like you have to start a business. You know, how are you going to start a business if your own finances are a mess? Like that kind of a thing. And could you really like take care of another person and be in a relationship when you are struggling to take care of yourself? Not that I'm saying that to make you feel bad, or Spirit's bringing forth this message to make you feel bad, but it's like the message is coming through in order for you to just maybe realize like, okay, maybe like the plan is for me to like have this time to like prepare. Like, what if this person walked through my door right now? Like, would I be ready? Like, what would be and maybe like take stock like that and see if there's anything that you would want to tweak. And if not, then maybe try to focus on having fun or something like that. But we'll see what else comes out. So what's going on within this twin flame connection right now, Spirit? And keep in mind, this is temporary if it's good or bad. We have Cupid's arrow, have faith, love is coming, surprise, invitation, or meeting, and hesitation. So, okay, like clearly Spirit wants you to keep the faith here. I just heard that other song by Billy. Why all these songs today? I'm keeping the faith. I like that song. By Billy Joel. Sorry. What else? What's going on in this twin flame connection? But there's a lot about like Cupid's arrow, angels, divine timing, like just like bigger forces at work. Like have faith. Like, I don't know. Just have faith in yourself until that happens. This is 2. It says healthy choices and kisses, but let's just get 1. What is going on in Aries twin flame connection right now? This is not today. Not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, call or a person, boundaries, and still angry. This could apply to you, being angry about something. With the boundaries, I'm getting that and ascending, transcending obstacles, learning, expansion, new phase, preparing for union. I'm getting that this is all a part, and ascending and the sweet soul rising, like I feel like whatever is going on in your connection right now is leading somewhere beneficial for you. Spirit's really wanting you to know, have faith, love is coming, and this whole like, but it's almost like, okay, like think about if you're at the bottom of the ocean, say this is like a little person like at the bottom of the ocean that has a bunch of baggage attached. But if you like get rid of the baggage one by one, you'll start to float up. So maybe there's something like that that needs to be dealt with. This says still angry, not dealing, and hurt. There is a sense of avoidance and stuff between you guys too. But the first message that came out was one of faith. But the avoidance here, it's making me think that whatever's going on between you guys right now, is probably, again, you guys are mirroring, and it's like your own issues that you're projecting on the other person. So maybe they're avoiding you because they feel something with you, like Cupid's arrow struck, and they're like, all right, I'm not dealing with this. I'm avoiding this for whatever reason, their own love issues. If they're the runner and you're the chaser, and if you're the chaser or the feminine energy in this situation, it could be that, they're triggering maybe like some abandonment issues within you, or some issues of feeling not good enough, and you're almost projecting it on this person, where like if they were here you would feel better about yourself, but they're not here, so you're just upset and you're just stuck sitting with these emotions. So let's see what's going on in your masculine's life right now. Let's see what's going on with the masculine just in general. The Wheel of Fortune. Okay, that's kind of weird because I've been like talking about that card a little bit. So they could have had some good news here. Oh, look, this is like all about, I feel like, money for them. Or Pentacles. There's something going on in their life here. Wait, let's see. Why is this so... It's not centered. No, it's not. Okay, hold on. Sorry about that, guys. I'm bad at this. Okay. I feel better about this spread now, though. Okay. And I'm just gonna like make that as far over there as I can. And let's see for the feminine, what's going on in the feminine's life. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, this feminine is going through it right now. Feeling very upset, very hurt. Oh, this is 3. Let's just, yeah, all right. I'm just gonna keep these all because they came out together like that. I usually don't, but I feel like, oh, maybe this person, and you would know if this was the case, but maybe this is something where they, oh, look, the Empress here. They're making you question your own worth, and that's what that whole song, that Tupac song, is really about. If he can't learn to love you, you should leave him, like kind of a thing, kind of a vibe. But it's difficult because it's almost like this person, your self-worth is contingent on this person in a way, like, not that it actually is contingent on this person, but it feels like that. It's very heavy and very deep with the tower here. That's Scorpio and Mars energy. That's very like, there's a lot of anger coming up. There's a lot of frustration. There's a lot of sadness with the Five of Cups, the Tower, and the Five of Wands. Oh my goodness. This is like intense. This is very intense. And we have the Empress and then the Queen of Wands under that as well. So there could be another woman or another man in the picture or whatever, another person in the picture here. That your person maybe is like dealing with. We do have these two, the Two of Pentacles. They could be juggling. It doesn't have to be like a specific person, as in, it's like they pick somebody over you, although that could be the case. They could be married with the Empress and the Queen of Pentacles coming through, or else this could just be, this is something that you would know about though, because this would be affecting you where you're upset about this person. It could be that they're just with the Five of Wands, not wanting to settle down. They want to have like other options here. And you feel like almost that you're not good enough because they're not choosing you, is what I'm getting. And you feel very desolate, like your life is over almost, in a way. Not like your life is over, but just like that's like the end of your happiness in a way. Not that your life is over, but that your chance for happiness in this life is over, is what I'm getting. This is very heavy on the feminine's end here. I believe something happened, maybe, I'm not going to even say that you had a conversation. Maybe you heard something. Maybe you're thinking about things from the past. Can I just take a sip of my coffee quick? But I feel like this connection, like I'm noticing the difference here where like this connection is like very heavily on your mind. I feel like for your person, I think they are sometimes looking towards you and sometimes like looking away. Both of these figures are facing towards the masculine side. But I see like in this, like this person's facing that way. I think sometimes I'm getting like when they're at work, they could be like, you could pop in their head. But it's more like they're not as invested into this connection as you are at this point emotionally at all. They're facing away. There's water on this card, but they're facing away from it. Again, they're like focusing on other things. And again, this could be a mirroring thing where their worth is contingent on like having a certain job title or having a certain amount of money or having some sort of status here with the Wheel of Fortune. It's like their fortune, their finances is what's making them feel less than, because even these two people, they are dressed like paupers, but we have the Wheel of Fortune here. It's almost like they want to change their circumstances and be on top. They're trying to figure it out. It's like there's something like that they're worried about. So that's maybe what's happening, why they're not wanting to deal with this connection. Maybe they are the type that always told themselves that they had to have a certain amount of money, a certain status in life, certain goals accomplished before they could be ready to sort of have something serious here, because we have a Queen of Pentacles. That is the Pentacles card that you guys got, and they're coming through. Look at them. They look almost like paupers or something, and that's that's how they're seeing themselves. Like, even if they wouldn't say that, they may not be consciously aware here. This could be just the undertone where they're like, they just don't feel good enough in a way, and they want to like make some changes here. I'm getting financially with these two cards coming out after it. So they're not feeling secure. You're not feeling secure. Your self-worth is contingent on other things. But meanwhile, like what I was just saying about the money thing, that could be maybe be your person, where they feel like they should be this big baller and this big businessman, but then maybe they're like making bad investments, or they're investing their money, like for example, if somebody's like a gambler, they're like, oh, I'm gonna like make my money that way, and they're investing their money in the wrong things. The Wheel of Fortune, like taking a gamble, taking a chance here, and then they're like losing their money, and then they feel bad about themselves or something like that, instead of, you know, trying to accrue savings. Is accrue the right word? Oh, this like came out of my mouth. Trying to accrue savings and like save up to put like a down payment on, I don't know, like a condo, or like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying? Like something, invest in their own future somehow. They're investing in like frivolous pursuits, trying to get rich quick. something like that, where they're not being very careful. I'm getting that their money is like up and down, and they have highs and lows with their money. Yeah, with the Wheel of Fortune too, the circle of life. Like, I don't know, I'm getting like a lot of movement here for you guys. Yeah, I feel like there was like there's something here that like really upset you, that you found out about, that really caused you a lot of grief and pain, has you questioning your own worth. And I think you should listen to that Tupac song, Keep Your Head Up, because a lot of times in these twin flame connections, it's like we make excuses for people in a way, because we let people get away with certain behaviors because we think that they're our twin flame and we have to just show them how much we love them in a way. But really, I think, and we all know this too, that the twin flame journey isn't about that. It's about learning to love yourself, and we all know that, but we just don't know how to like do that. It takes a lot of like trial and error in order to like figure it out and figure out the right way for you. And it never ends. Like, I don't know, I just feel like it keeps going because the feelings are so intense. It's so much easier said than done. It's not, if this was just a normal person, I'm sure like you've had experiences in the past where somebody wasn't treating you right and you cut them off, no problem. But it's like with this person, it's a little bit different. And that's what also other people maybe don't understand. I'm getting that you could be fighting with your family. They don't understand this connection. Okay, they're not into it. Like, just walk away. It's like, I can't, like, you know, I'm getting like a lot of frustration, a lot of fights, sticking up for somebody that won't even like give you the time of day at this point. Again, that's not going to always be the case if that is the case with you guys right now, but that's just like one extreme example. But it's like fighting with family, maybe with the mother, because we have the Empress card being here, and just other people not understanding and things like that. So that's what I feel like is going on. So let's see how the masculine is feeling about the feminine. I feel like I have to move these cards up. Oh my god, I just like hit the phone with my head. All right. I wonder, did you see my hair and stuff? Sorry, I hate when that happens. It looks terrible. Okay. Why is this like... Okay. All right. I'm gonna put that back there. Oh my god. Excuse me. Okay. What is the masculine feeling towards the feminine right now? Thinking and feeling. We have death, Emperor. Oh my god. Okay, they're definitely recognizing an ending that went on here as well. So maybe there was some sort of big fight. Judgment. Okay, wow. And the 8 of Cups. So they're... Wow. This is intense too. I feel like they're just seeing this is not going to be able to move forward right now. Like, that's just the reality of the situation here. We have an XXX. Like, I don't know. I'm getting like... They're very adamant about this right now, that this is over. But then we have Judgment here. I kind of want to clarify Judgment. What is Judgment doing here? How are they thinking and feeling about the feminine? Almost like it can maybe be revisited when I have some sort of success. Like, they're, again, it's like they don't even see, it's like, in the same way that maybe you feel like you have to have your masculine in a way, like I have to have this person in my life, it's like life or death. Like, I feel like life or death. Yeah, that's how they maybe feel about their career success and like being able to like make them feel better. It's like they're very concerned with status and in their ego, I would say, right now. And maybe that's what needs to happen here. They need to have this like ego death before they can be ready, and that's what Spirit just wants you to know, that this will be like unrevivable until that happens. But we do have this Judgment card, so it's like I think they do see you as how do they see the feminines, the lovers? Yeah, they see you as their equal. They have romantic feelings for you, so I'm glad that that came out like that. They definitely... Okay, we shouldn't be showing naked people, I don't think. Ooh, let's do that. But yeah, they definitely see you as their equal and things like that. I'm glad that card just came out, because let me just use this later actually. That just proves that like this isn't dead because they don't have a lack of feelings for you, and things like that. They do want to see a revival here, but it's just, it is like contingent on them having some sort of success. I'm really getting that because the Emperor came out with death. It's almost like, I don't have time for this right now. Like, I have to like do what I have to do. And you know what? Like, not that they need to be successful and that's like part of the process. Just like, you don't need to find your purpose in order to like match up with this person. But I think the process of you finding your purpose, the process of them getting like figuring out that they, you know, establishing their own self-worth enough that they align with like having that success for themselves is going to, like, the process, it's like when they talk about being process oriented rather than results oriented, they're very results oriented right now, and I'm sure you are too in a way. And I think having that shift where you're just like in it for the, like, it's the climb, it's not like the destination, like that kind of a vibe, like, which is corny, but it's like so true. Like, the things you learn when you're climbing, the things you learn when you're processing through these ups and downs and like figuring things out, like finding and getting in touch with yourself and facing your shadow and integrating these energies, like that can't be like gained any other way. There's no quick fix. It's a long journey and it takes time. We're going from a number 13 to a number 20 here. Like, this is like a lot of stops along the way. Like, I feel like you could go through multiple cycles with this person where it's like it's dead, but then it's reborn, and then it's dead again. It's just like, but it's like really like doing damage here and doing damage to you. I see that here. This is very like heavy. All right, so what about for the feminine? What is she thinking and feeling? We have the Lovers as well, so there is that commonality coming through. I don't have another later. Use my nail glue. Well, you can still see his thing. All right, we can't use that. Let me just see if I have something. All right. Oh, you can still see her vag. Oh my God. This is like terrible. It's a candle. All right. How is the feminine thinking and feeling? The King of Wands. Well, the feminine's like, I see you as so successful. You'll always be like the Fool. But the feminine is like the Two of Cups. Yeah. I mean, the feminine is just thinking like, it's interesting because it's like, look, this is where the feminine is at. But it's like they're so ready to make this choice to like jump into a relationship. And like, the feminine is like wanting to reassure the masculine, again facing towards the masculine here, but the feminine is wanting to almost like reassure the masculine of like, no, even like the qualities that maybe you don't like about yourself, these more like immature energies, or these more like for instance, if they're making like bad decisions with their money, and it's like, I never cared about that. It's like they really want this masculine to know. It's like the feminine feels like it's unfair that, not unfair, but like almost like they wish they could say to the masculine, like, no, I don't care about any of that. Like, I think you're beautiful. I think you're amazing. Almost like this dog with the owner. Like, I just want to protect you. I just want to be there for you. Like, we're equals, and I only see you that way. Like, don't think that you're not good enough for me. Like, in this, even if you don't have your finances all figured out, because you're perfect for me. But like, in reality, looking at the foundation of this feminine's energy, it's not very stable. It's really not. Like, we have to be honest here. The Five of Cups, emotional wreck, like, is what I would say with this Tower. And it's because this person brings out like a lot of emotions in you, and it's like, again, this process of like processing through these emotions is what's going to make you both come into alignment together here with the Lovers. But it's like the feminine is thinking like you two coming together is the fix, instead of realizing like the journey to each other is what is the fix, and like being apart from each other is the actual fix. Yeah. Oh, look, but I feel like it's like the feminine, maybe you reached out to this person and it was met with some sort of rejection or something. I feel like you might have gotten rejected, but it's like you see this person as like the King of Wands, but they're like seeing themselves as like a pauper. Like, you know, that's like their underlying feeling. So it's not aligning. And even if you're trying to pump them up, I think it's like almost having an adverse effect where it's like they're like, ew, like it's almost like that whole avoiding a conversation. It's like where they have a avoidant reaction to it, where they maybe don't even know why, but they feel like disgusted about it because they feel disgusted with themselves. Like because they have, I'm almost getting like a squirmy feeling inside where they're not doing what they should be doing in life somehow. They're like shirking their responsibilities or something like that. They want to be an emperor, but they're going about things in the wrong way, and it's messing with their self-esteem. But and it's like you just want to like come in and make them feel like a king, but it's like, and to be fair, it's like you feel like they could come in and make you feel like the Queen of Pentacles here, and it's like you do want to reciprocate. It's not like you just want them to come in and sit back and like make the, you know, make you feel good. You want to do the same back, like an equal give and take here. With the Lovers is kind of what I'm getting, but it's not going to be that simple. I think Spirit has other plans for you here. So what are your intentions for each other? Yeah, we have this Eight of Cups again. This person needs to sort of step back for the time being. The Six of Cups. Okay, but it's like they'll be thinking of you fondly, I'm getting. Sending all my love into you by the Beatles. I just got that. The Ace of Wands. I feel like they could maybe be interested in some sort of maybe sexual relationship at some point, having some sort of casual thing here. They could be interested in exploring that. Emotionally, though, they are not invested in the situation at this point. But we do have the Six of Cups here. I feel like almost like if you needed help or something, they would be there. I'm just clarifying with the Eight of Pentacles. Maybe you guys used to work together or something like that, or you've been in situations where this person had to like step up and help you. And I think but if we're talking about intentions, the Six of Cups is like a nostalgia card. So it's like, I think their intentions are to like remember the good times that you guys had together or something like that. And they think about you and daydream about you often. And like, there is a very special place here, but it's just like, as of right now, their intentions of making this, like, see all the pentacles that we had up here, but then there's none down here for their intentions. Like the Ace of Wands, I feel like they daydream about you a lot. They know they have to walk away from this, but it doesn't mean that they're not going to be thinking and daydreaming about you all the time when they're at work. I think I was saying that. I'm getting a big vibe of that. They're like, I'll just fantasize about this person. Like, they could be more comfortable, like, having the, like, it could be the kind of a thing where, say, like, when you guys met, you had a boyfriend and, like, they were single and they maybe allowed themselves to, like, entertain fantasies about you when you were attached to somebody else because, it couldn't be real at that time because you were seeing somebody else. But then once it was real, like maybe say you broke up with your boyfriend, they completely changed or something. They did a 180, or it started out, but then they were like, okay, this is getting too real, and they had to exit the situation or something like that. It could be a situation like that, something along those lines. Doesn't have to be that exact thing where there was like a comfortable distance, but then when the distance went away, there was like a block in the way, just a natural barrier. But once the barrier was like gone, maybe even distance, once the barrier was gone, like it got too real and they had to exit the situation because it was too real. What about your intentions, guys? Oh, that's way too many. Okay, I'm sorry. No. What are the feminine's intentions? We have the Two of Wands. I feel like the feminine is not like letting go of this. The way she's gripping that wand, it's like I've chosen my path and I know where I want to go here. What are the feminine's intentions? The Knight of Wands. Oh, okay. I feel like you could be interested in maybe engaging in a sexual relationship with them as well, or maybe you have here, we have the Six of Swords on the bottom of the deck. I feel like, though, there's a sense of compromise on your end where you'll sort of take this person any way you can get them, because your intensity for your longing for them is so strong that maybe you'd rather feel them physically just to be close to them, or maybe you even think that you could like having like they'll feel the connection when you guys are together. But honestly, I'm just gonna say this, like looking at this person, it's almost like would have the opposite effect on them. Say like you did say you haven't slept together yet and you did sleep together for the first time and they did feel the depth between you. If they're not ready, the depth is going to scare them, even if it is the most amazing experience of both of your lives here. Like, they're aware of this connection. They're very aware of like the sexual attraction and the sweet, innocent, like soul connection that you guys have, even if they wouldn't classify it that way. But at the same time, their intentions are to walk away from it for the time being. It's too much for them to handle. They need to be able to like evolve to a place where that's not the case, unfortunately. And it feels like looking forward. It's just like you're very much focused on this masculine. And that's okay. And don't fight that. You know what I mean? That's what I would say to you. That's just where you're at right now. Like, this masculine is causing a lot of like almost like disruptions within you with the tower here. That's your overall state, and it's meant to do that. This stuff is meant to be spilled over. Like, this is meant to sort of like flow to like where it's supposed to go. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, these emotions are meant to come out, flow out of you, so you can again like have less baggage and rise up, like that message we were getting at the start of the reading here. And I feel like it is better to like embrace these feelings but like I was saying, like, instead of fighting them, which I feel like you are doing, you're fighting with other people. It's making you question how you feel. First thing I would say is maybe to like not engage with other people about this connection. If people, you could be trying to almost like defend this connection to people. And what I would say is maybe don't defend. Just be like, oh, what's going on with you and this person? Be like, oh, I don't know, like I blocked them. Like, that's just like even if you didn't, like, it's just an easy way to avoid talking about it, because like when other people's voice get in your head, like it plants a seed. And another thing I would say is, a lot of times, like, it makes us question our worth. Like I was saying, how in the past you might have been able to really like cut people off, but with this person you can't, and it makes you question like, what's wrong with me? Just realize maybe you're not meant to cut this person off, and you're meant to just embrace your feelings, and just embrace your sad feelings and cry and be like, this is sad, I love this person and they don't want to be with me right at this moment. And just, it's sad, and just embrace it, and don't think that there's something wrong with you because you're a very loving person and you have feelings for somebody. You can't help who you have feelings for. I don't know if that means you should like, maybe reach out to them and act on them necessarily in that way, but definitely don't beat yourself up for having the feelings in the first place. Is a good place to start. Learn how to nurture yourself and soothe yourself. Self-soothing. Look into self-soothing techniques, things like that. But I feel like you're very open to this in whatever way that your masculine wants you to be at this point in time. And maybe you need to sort of like go through that process, and that's okay. Like, you know what I mean? That there's nothing wrong with that at all. But I would, maybe you have to like, again, trial and error, go through it to see if like that's going to work for you or not. And maybe you have to sort of like let this masculine's behavior slide for a little while to realize that no, it's not going to be okay with you, in order for you to see it in another way, like in order to reach a breaking point where you're like, no, that's not okay, and you end up choosing yourself, and that's how you get your value back. It's like a long road, but it's like you love them so much that it's like very difficult to do that, and it's okay if you have to sort of go through this cycle a few times. It's okay, maybe 10 times, whatever. Like, I see like 10, like the Wheel of Fortune, we have 10 here with like number 20, you know what I mean? So it's like I see a lot of 10s, so I feel like this is a cycle that's going to like repeat many times. What's going on between you guys in the shared space right now and your energetic connection? I just want to check it. We have the Magician. What's going on in the shared space right now? The High Priestess. I feel like lines of communication are open here. I feel like you're more aware of it than your person. They're more in the material world. Again, like the vibe that I was getting. And we have the Three of Cups here. I feel like you're deriving, both of you, whether you realize it or not, they could just be like, for instance, like daydreaming about you and just feeling like a really good feeling in their heart. Like a satisfied, yeah, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. I see the sun poking out here, the world, like fulfillment, satisfied. Like when they think about you, they feel these vibes, these happy vibes. They maybe don't realize though that, oh, we have a spiritual connection like that. They may or may not, depending on what their beliefs and things like that are. But I think you're actively, like, you're the High Priestess here. You're very aware. So you are aware of that. But it's like interesting. This is a divine match here, the Magician and the High Priestess. So it's like, I think Spirit's really wanting to draw your attention to that too. Like, you're not crazy. Like, this is a real connection that you're feeling. Maybe just embrace this and take comfort in this for right now, and without needing to explain it to other people. And the only reason I'm saying that is because they may not have the capacity to understand it, and it might just end up causing and planting more doubts in your head. So if anything, maybe just say to people, oh, I blocked them, I'm not talking to them anymore, and just like deal with your own spiritual connection in private. Get a journal, like, or if there is maybe like one person that kind of like you can talk to, maybe only just like talk to them, like, for example, instead of trying to prove, like, if there's like another person, for example, that is just really against it and is just not making you thinking that you don't make any sense or something like that, maybe just don't talk to them anymore. Don't try to convince them. Yeah, boundaries. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Maybe with these people, and just be like, yeah, I know. Just say you were right, or you don't have to say it like that, but you could just say, yeah, you know, I just had to block them. I don't know. They were just, I had to cut it off. Like, they weren't treating me the way I wanted to be treated. Fake it till you make it. Like, you might not feel that way yet. You might, the thought of cutting them off could be like, but, you know, you could just like fake it till you make it, and just start practicing saying it to people. And, you know, maybe one day, because that's what I feel like this journey is all about, is it's about you realizing, like, I'm not going to let anybody treat me bad, even my twin flame, even the love of my life isn't allowed to treat me this way, because like I am worth it. Like, and it's very difficult, especially if there are these abandonment issues and there are these negative people in our life almost invalidating us. Like, it's hard for us to feel that way. And a lot of times, like, the twin flame feminine has these sort of issues. So it's important to like realize where you're at, and that this is supposed to be a long journey. This is a climb, and this is a process, and just like check in with how you're doing. Because it says not today. I feel like you're almost like projecting yourself into the future, not today, the feminine. It's like, be in the moment of today and just deal with whatever. If you're like in the 5 of Cups energy, like, embrace it. Bring on the tears, bring on, you know, the chocolate and the tissues, and like, you know what I mean? Like, just really embrace it. Watch a sad movie, listen to some sad music, or whatever you're doing here. If you're angry in this like 5 of Wands energy, like, write an angry letter, like try to like think about what you want to say to these people, or like things like that, you know. Try to think of healthy ways to get your anger out and things like that. Like, embrace where you're at. If you're feeling like you're not worth it, try to do things that'll build up your self-esteem, little things. Like, for instance, taking better care of yourself, or your apartment, or your bills. Like, it could be your finances here with the Queen of Pentacles. So it's like whatever is causing you to feel like that feeling of shame, or like a lack of self-esteem, like maybe work on those things in the moment. And if your person comes to your mind and you're obsessing about them and they're heavily on your mind, I'm not really seeing Swords energy over here, so that may not be the case here, but if you're feeling very sad, just try to like send them some love. I mean, you are the High Priestess here. There is this connection coming through. I think they are feeling it, even if they don't recognize what it is. But what is the advice for the feminine here? Rapture, sensuality, love, devotion, romance, ecstasy, and pleasure. I feel like this is what Spirit really wants you to focus on, being in like the more sensual energies of the moment, instead of like trying to project so far into the future. Okay, this is way too many, but it's like things are going to happen, the circle of life, according to a divine plan here. And it's not up to you to figure it out. It's just up to you to like live in each moment and like let life happen. Pleiades, double mission, channeling and uplifting humanity. I feel like you are trying to find your purpose here. And again, there's that sense of like rising up. The more baggage, the more shadows that you release, the more you're just going to effortlessly rise. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundation and divine plan. Again, it's that whole vibe of of like bigger forces at play here, that like, not so again, but knowing that, don't think that you did something wrong, and don't be beating yourself up. Just tell yourself it's meant to be this way. I just have to keep going, or something like that. And you know, a twin flame connection, it is seeding the light. I was thinking about that last night when I was falling asleep. I'm like, it's like you plant, like, it's like the 6 of Cups energy. It's like you plant it, like the seeds are this pure white, like this light energy. Like, that's where the seeds get planted. It's like there's like a relationship or a friendship established that's so like soul, like connection, like it just like these two kids probably grow up to be this magician and high priestess couple, like, you know what I mean? But it's like that growth process. It's like the lightest, brightest, most like almost like magical seeds that you could put, like they're like white and glowing, they look like this, like, you know what I mean? But it's like they have to grow through the most treacherous storm, like, you know what I mean? And it like takes so long, but when they bloom, they're like the most beautiful flower. Like, you know, it's just, there's so much light and dark. It's equal amount light and dark, and never forget that. We have take a break. Oh my God. A life's work, not a season. Get off the treadmill. Spirit really wants you to relax here and not try to figure it out so intensely. And then warrior woman. Have you answered your deepest calling? And that could be a point of contention for you, a point of struggle. Answer the call. What is your soul calling you to do? Maybe there is something, just like, you know, like maybe you feel like you have some spiritual mission, you want to explore certain things. Oh, I've always been wanted to learn how to do Reiki. Explore it, look into classes, like things like that. It may not be that, but that might be a stepping stone to lead you where you want to go. So just like if you have a feeling to check into something, do it. Like distract yourself from this connection as much as you can. Should I get messages? I feel like this deck is like all over the place, but let's just do it. It's like all, all right, let's just see what, just get a few. Just because I feel like this connection's in a weird place. I don't want to like trigger anybody, but. All right, just get like 3 or 4. Oh, these just, all right. It says your voice is my favorite sound. I'm done fighting this. I know what I want. I feel like things are coming at me from all sides. And my heart is literally broken. So I feel like this could be you too. I don't know why I put these up there. I'm gonna put them down here. I feel like this is almost about you, I have to be honest. But I feel like this could be a vibe that your person could like later on get into. Like I feel like this is gonna flip later. I mean, your voice could be their favorite sound. I'm not saying it like that, but I do feel like they're done fighting this. I feel like they could have been like waffling between if they wanted to pursue something with you, but I almost feel like they're done fighting it because they realize they have to like, it's something with their career or something. It's just not the right time. That's what they're thinking. And I feel like they're almost like, I need to take a break from this right now. There's too much stuff going on in my life right now, but it is bothering them. They miss you. They miss talking to you. You're so smart in so many ways. You have so many layers. They find you very interesting. That's weird that I just cut to that because I swear to God I was saying that as I cut to it. So they find you very interesting and unique and things like that. But as of right now, there's too much going on. So, all right, guys, I'm so sorry. I know that wasn't like the happiest message to hear, but I hope you got some comfort or peace from it. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day or night wherever you are. And I'll catch you in the next reading, okay? Bye.